The Pittsburgh Steelers made an unexpected but necessary move this offseason that has left fans and analysts alike buzzing. Omar Khan, ever the savvy general manager, has been tirelessly working behind the scenes to ensure the Steelers remain competitive in an ever-evolving NFL landscape. One of the standout moves from the 2024 season was the acquisition of wide receiver Mike Williams from the New York Jets in a mid-season trade. The move was seen as a strategic attempt to bolster the Steelers' receiving corps, and it paid immediate dividends. Mike Williams, fresh off his trade, made an instant impact on the field. In his very first game with Pittsburgh, he provided a crucial play that helped the Steelers defeat the Washington Commanders. Williams caught a pivotal pass that secured the victory, immediately proving his worth to his new team. It was a perfect start for Williams in Pittsburgh, and it seemed like the Steelers had made a smart, timely addition to their roster. But as is often the case in the NFL, the story didn't last long. That thrilling win over Washington turned out to be the peak of Williams' brief tenure in Pittsburgh. Despite his early success, things never quite clicked the way the Steelers had hoped. Now, just a few months later, Mike Williams is once again headed back to where it all started for him, Los Angeles. The Chargers, looking to make some adjustments to their roster and improve their offense, have re-signed Williams to a one-year deal worth up to $6 million. This move brings him back into the fold with Justin Herbert, his former quarterback, as the Chargers look to re-establish their passing game as one of the league's most potent. In a strikingly similar turn of events, this week also saw the departure of another Steelers player, running back Najee Harris. Harris, despite his continued durability and consistency in Pittsburgh, has struggled to find his top form in the Steelers' ever-changing offensive system. While Harris averaged under 4 yards per carry during his time with the Steelers, his numbers were also skewed by the team's inability to establish a solid offensive line and an inconsistent running game scheme. Nonetheless, he managed to rush for over 1,000 yards each year and score 5 or more touchdowns each season, proving that he was capable of shouldering a heavy load in a less-than-ideal situation. Now Harris finds himself heading to the West Coast to join the Los Angeles Chargers, where his skills could finally be utilized in a more stable and fit environment. The Chargers head coach, Jim Harbaugh, has long been known for his preference for big, powerful running backs, and Harris fits that mold perfectly. Harris, with his durability, size, and physicality, is exactly what the Chargers have been searching for in a lead back. Harbaugh has made it clear that he wants his offense to have a balanced attack that can rely on the ground game to wear down defenses, and Harris brings that capability. The Chargers are looking to build a more physical offense, one that can control the clock and generate big plays through play action. With Herbert's arm strength and Harris's ability to gain tough yards between the tackles, the Chargers are hoping to develop a dynamic attack that will not only be more consistent, but will also create mismatches for opposing defenses. In this system, Harris's lack of breakaway speed becomes less of a concern. Instead, he can grind out tough yards, move the chains, and open up opportunities for the passing game to flourish. The Steelers' decision to move on from Harris was driven by several factors. While Harris showed flashes of his potential, Pittsburgh's offense was never able to provide the proper support. The offensive line struggles, combined with a lack of consistency in play calling and scheme, meant that Harris was often left to carry an offense that wasn't built to suit his strengths. This led to many questioning his true potential, but in reality, Harris was simply a victim of the circumstances surrounding him. In Los Angeles, Harris will likely thrive in a system that plays to his strengths and in an environment that better supports his physicality and durability. As for Mike Williams, his return to the Chargers was always a possibility, but the timing of the move makes perfect sense. The Chargers' receiving core has been in flux over the past few seasons, and Williams' familiarity with the team and system made him a valuable asset. The Chargers needed a reliable, experienced wide receiver to complement their explosive offense, and Williams fits that role to a T. He brings size, speed, and a proven track record of making big plays, and with Herbert at the helm, Williams should be able to pick up where he left off in Los Angeles. The Chargers were always in need of a wide receiver with the skill set that Williams offers. While their offense has been potent in spurts, consistency has been an issue, especially in the receiving game. Williams' ability to stretch the field and win one-on-one matchups will give Herbert another trusted weapon to work with. With the return of Williams, the Chargers now have a balanced offensive attack that can hurt defenses in multiple ways. Through the air with explosive passes, and on the ground with a physical bruising running game led by Harris. In many ways, the moves that the Chargers have made in recent weeks show a clear vision for their offensive identity in 2025. Under the leadership of Jim Harbaugh, they want to build an offense that is both physical and explosive, one that can pound the ball when necessary, but also take shots downfield when the opportunity arises. With the additions of Williams and Harris, the Chargers are positioning themselves to be one of the most dangerous, well-rounded offenses in the league. For the Steelers, while these departures may sting, the team is moving forward with a clear vision of their own. They have the pieces in place to continue building a competitive squad. And as they say in the NFL, it's always about the next man up. Both Mike Williams and Najee Harris may be gone, but the Steelers' future remains bright, with young, talented players ready to step into the spotlight. In the end, these moves are just part of the ever-evolving chess game of the NFL. Teams are constantly reshaping their rosters, making calculated risks, and adjusting their strategies to stay ahead of the competition. For the Chargers, the hope